What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Garrett the Investor. Thanks so much for being a part of this today. And if you've been following the channel, you know that we discuss topics of personal finance and development, financial education and investing, entrepreneurship, and lastly, I document my personal journey towards a life of financial freedom and success. Of course, I'm not there yet, but you get to see all the mistakes in this video. And that brings me to the topic today, which is financial freedom. What does it mean? What's the premise around that? And 7 practical steps that you can take to get the life that you deserve. So let's get right into it. Now, what is financial freedom? I think it's very important for everybody to come up with their own decisions. So I think it's really important for you to explore on your own what your definition of financial freedom could and will be. So in order to do that, let's close our eyes and let's kind of get a taste into what financial freedom is. Imagine a life where you do not have financial stress. There's no debt, loans in your life. You have it all paid off. It's all taken care of. You have the savings up. You're doing the things that you love and that you enjoy. You're spending time with the people that you love and enjoy. And you can go on those vacations without stress and just really be in the moment and enjoy that. Now, what did you visualize? What did you feel after that? I really implore you to really explore what your definition is, and so that you can get that feeling that you had, that feeling of being free. Now, here's another definition really well said by Harv Eker. It says, my definition of financial freedom is simple. It is the ability to live the lifestyle you deserve without having to work or rely on anyone else for money. Now, the facts are most people are broke. I was broke not too long ago, right? And it's not fun. It doesn't make life more enjoyable. It makes life a little bit more stressful, of course. And here's kind of me, right? Summarized by Michael Scott meme. It says, how I justify being broke all the time: more money, more problems. But in all seriousness, here are some facts about the landscape of our financial success so far, right? As Americans, about 80% of American adults are in debt, and it's considered the norm to spend more than you have. Secondarily, 1 in 10 Americans are saving 15% or more of their monthly income toward retirement. As high as 69%, great number, of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, and 34% have no savings at all. Let that one sink in for you. 1 in 3 Americans have less than $5,000 in retirement savings. Now, the reason why I'm bringing these up is not to bring down the vibe or the mood of what we can accomplish, but really just kind of give you the facts. And we've all been there, right? And we live in a landscape now where there's a lot of financial freedom. There's a lot of uncertainty, fear, and doubt out there. And really, we can only control the controllables. And what that means is really 2 things. We can control our attitude or outlook on life. And secondarily, we can focus and on our choices and make better choices or decisions in our lives. Now, this is not you. This is not you at all. And if it's you, let's just kind of make a paper origami and send that right off, because, you know, with this video, you'll be able to learn 7 steps that you can apply in your life to achieve the life that you want. Now, what are the reasons to becoming financially free? I want my most valuable resource back: time. I want to go to work because I enjoy what I do, not because I have to. I get to determine how I spend my time. And living a life, this is my favorite one, living a life where you add value to the world and you get more time to explore the things that you truly value. Now, let's kind of take it right into the 7 steps here. Step number one is write down your goals, accomplish your goals, do your goals. Be specific and write down why you want to achieve it. Clearly define your goals, master the fundamentals, create your future in advance, Be absolutely clear, and this is the most important one, in my opinion. Be absolutely clear why you want them. Make sure that it's not only just a why, make sure it's a strong why. Tony Robbins says it the best. Purpose is stronger than outcome. And here's an example of where you can have a strong why and not so strong why behind your goals. You could just say, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. One person A, may say, I want to lose 30 pounds because I'll look good in a bathing suit or I'll have a six pack. Whereas the better way of doing things on person B would be saying, I want to lose 30 pounds because I know it's going to, by me losing pounds, it'll make me a healthier person. It'll put me in a better mindset. I'll have more personal confidence in myself. I'll prove to myself that I can accomplish it and I can achieve it. And then lastly, I want to lose 30 pounds because it adds years back to my health, and I want to live the longest life possible. And another example that you can do is have a detailed plan on what you need to do to achieve those goals and really just reverse engineer. You can't get to Z without going through A through Y. So really kind of break down how you can achieve those and write down the steps in order to accomplish that. Step number 2 is visualize. And this is a really great picture that I came across. Unless you have a clear picture of your goal, you will never fully appreciate just how badly you failed to measure up. And really what this is humility. Having the humility to look back on your life or look at your life in the current moment and realize, this is reality. Right? We're not going to sugarcoat it. This is my reality right now. But this is not what I want for my future. And in order to do that, you need to create the different steps, make the choices, have the right attitude, and then also visualize the goals that you've laid out for yourself. So think of 3 things that you want to achieve. Experience it as if it's done. See it, breathe it in, and celebrate it as if you accomplished it. That's going to tie your goals back to the emotion. And the more times you do that, the more what's called certainty that you will get out of those goals. And you'll become that person that you've always wanted to be, or achieve the financial goals that you want for your life. And really visualization is really, really powerful. Like after meditation or early in the morning, it's just, I can't even say how powerful visualization is. And then also have fun with it, right? Create a vision board if you want to do that, right? Something where it can be top of mind, where you can pull out your vision board or look at it or be someplace where it's visible. So you're always kind of tying that back into the visualization, tying it back to your goals, and you're kind of seeing what you want laid out right for you. So this is actually the first vision board I've ever created. It was in late 2017, and this was my 2018 to 2019 vision board. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to seem very, very superficial when you're just at a glance, but I can tell you each of these pictures evokes a very emotional response in me, and it ties back to my goal at that time back in 2018. Now, step number 3 is budget. Be honest with yourself. Just, have the humility. That's going to be a common theme throughout this presentation. And then just know that every dollar has a job. And this was me like 3-4 years ago. You can't go over budget if you never make a budget. That was totally me. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I've got a budget up in here. I have a rough estimate of how much I spend each month. I just look at my bills or whatever. And, I probably spend like $4,000, each month on things. You don't know unless you really, really do some digging. Now there's some amazing, amazing softwares out there that, tracks every single transaction, and you can allocate the transactions per what you save, and you can save ahead of time to create the lifestyle that you want. And so some of the programs out there are Mint, YNAB, which I personally use, and Quicken. Now, here's some steps, or I guess some tips on creating an effective budget. Choose free forms of entertainment. Spend your time going to a public or a private, a public park, right? Go outside, learn to play an instrument, right? Or if you play the instrument, that's free. Once you actually purchase the guitar or the piano or the clarinet, whatever you're into, that's completely free. Find ways to get enjoyment out of free things. Be a minimalist. We don't need it most of the time, but being a minimalist is all about using the resources you have and optimize the resources that you have. You can also look back to the 50-30-20 rule, which states, 50%, let's say, is your fixed expenses. 30% is your discretionary income. So that's money that you just spend for fun. That's like your fun money. 20% is your savings. This is, again, a rule of thumb, but you can really shrink back, not only on that 50%, right? You can also shrink back on your discretionary income. And that's really the key there is cutting back on the discretionary income and only spending money on things that add value to your life. Then again, we kind of touched base on this, which is reverse engineering your goals and working backwards. And it's a perfect way to do it when you have a budget in front of you and you can lay out a plan of action, actually put numbers to it. And then you want to spend money on things that bring value and enjoyment to your life and negotiate all fixed expenses. I probably brought my fixed expenses down by, I don't know, like 5 to 7%. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is. It really, every dollar adds up and it can be reallocated towards other functions of your life. Step number 4 is savings and security, AKA the COVID-19 fund that we're looking at right now. And we've got Gollum saying, anyways, sorry for that. But yeah, exactly. Right. You don't want to wait until it's too late. Obviously we've seen what's happening out there. So stick to the 50-30-20 rule, and the 50-30-20 rule says save 20% of your income, and it really should go towards your savings account. Now, ideally, because you don't want to be put in a position where you have to be reactive, you want to be proactive about everything. That's why you create a plan. That's why you create a budget. That's why you have your goals already set. Okay. Ideally, what you want to build up your security, the rule of thumb is anywhere between 6 to 12 months, but it's really determined on your risk tolerance. Right. I would recommend having a larger amount of savings if you have the ability. If you're a little bit older, if as a young person you have a longer runway in your life, so your risk tolerance might be a little bit higher, but everything is dependent on you and your nature. But 6 to 12 months of savings is really the key there for building your security. And your security, when I say 6 to 12 months, it's your discretionary, income, the money that you're willingly spending on wants versus needs. Your 50% is needs. It's combining all of your monthly spend in that 6 to 12 months, not just what you need to spend your bills, things of that nature. You really want 6 to 12 months of your lifestyle. Okay, kind of going back to it. Once you have the savings and security taken care of, then you want to start thinking about investing and make sure that you're prepared. Now, step number 5, get out of debt. Student debt really sucks. It sucks, right? So the way that you can pay off your debt is pay the highest debt first, highest interest. So whatever you can categorize it, and that sets your priority. Whatever is the highest interest or the highest debt, in some cases, the highest debt amount or balance is also the highest interest. So really focus on paying that and setting your priority level from top to bottom. You want to consolidate your loans or refinancing. Now is a very, very good time to do this process. I just did this process with my student loans. So I'm really excited to share that video. I've got some clips from that coming out pretty soon. And be aggressive and stay focused. Make extra payments because then you're actually paying directly towards the principal, which is very important. And then obviously, in order to pay off things faster, figure out ways to increase your income. Step number 6. So this is after you've already set your goal, you've set your vision, you've set your budget so you know what you're spending, right? And you've already set up your safety or your savings and your security. It's already established for you. This is step number 6, which is invest and learn. Put your money where it grows. Now, learning should be all the way throughout this process. Even if you don't have the money to invest, you always want to invest in your intellectual property, your brain, and your mindset to make you a better person and grow continuously. But beyond that, you've got investing strategies, which would be in the stock market, mutual funds, 401k, commodities, and precious metals and materials. You can also do real estate, which is my personal favorite. You can read and educate yourself. And 3 books that really made a significant impact. The reason why we're even talking today, because I really knew absolutely nothing about financial education, was the tipping point for me, kind of going back to Malcolm Gladwell, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I can't even tell you how much of an impact it changed the way I look at money. Then there's another really great book called The Power of Now. And The Intelligent Investor is a fantastic book by Benjamin Graham on investing fundamentals. And then the last step is diversify your income. Make money while you sleep. And well said, Warren Buffett. Here he says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be working until the day that you die. I don't know about you, but I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So ways that you can diversify your income could be real estate, being a content creator, dividend stocks. So make sure that they're diversified and strong businesses. Now, dividend stocks. What is a dividend? Because I get this question a lot. So beyond the stock market and your gains from the price fluctuating up and down, or obviously up. Very stable companies and companies that have, some great growth to them, they have what's called a dividend. And this is kind of a loyalty payout to their very, very loyal investors. And so besides the price fluctuation and making money off that, companies say thank you to their investors by giving out a dividend. Not every business does this, but this is a really good way. So as you hold, different shares, the company gives you back, some money without you doing anything, just having the initial money invested. And then also you can do a side hustle. So I want to leave you, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a very powerful quote. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. And really what we want to do, guys, achieve a life of financial freedom. I hope this has helped you. I hope this gave you the 7 practical steps that you can apply to your life to achieve the life that you deserve, so that you can have time for vacations, so you can have time doing the things that you want to do and enjoy yourself. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. And if you're new to this channel, make sure, and if you got some value out of this, make sure that you subscribe and like so I can put more content out like this. Thank you so much and have a great day.